We're closing in on the 750 mark now, which is ridiculous. I never thought I'd get this far, and it's more than due time for another update. At the start of July, I launched a mostly recorded live RP long play series called The Stell Chronicles, where I play the entirety of Angel's brilliant TFTC Reimagined campaign, but from the perspective of a cocky and quite horrible pilot with a chip on his shoulder a mile wide. All my usual content will be continuing alongside this. I'll be releasing these TIE Fighter playthroughs on the weekends to avoid additional clutter. I'm fully aware I release too many videos as it is. These have been quite well received, which is quite surprising to me because it's a considerable departure from my usual style. The TFTC project and the overwhelmingly positive response it's been getting has been taking up a lot of my time. It's quite humbling that I've been featured on sites like PC Gamer and GameSpot in some capacity, because I grew up reading them. Rest assured I'll continue to find time to talk endlessly about games on this channel. I'm firing on all cylinders now with multiple shows and degrees of content that company YouTube channels generate. Except I do everything. The sound, the video editing, the recording of footage, the uploading, the social media side of things, and I just have to keep an eye out for potential burnout if I start to do too much as I'm getting closer to my goal. Another thing I'm aware of is that some or all of your comments aren't appearing on the videos. I checked the spam filter to no avail, and even some of my responses to you are going missing. I've no idea what's going on, but rest assured I rarely delete comments, and I'm a great believer in free and open discourse. So I'm not ignoring you, and I'm not getting rid of your comments. Until the release of TFTC, things had slowed down a bit over the summer. I attributed this to places opening up again and good weather and people no longer glued to their screens staring at DOS games all day. That meant that views were down, watch time was down, and the number of people stumbling across my channel had halved. Not exactly the best of news, but the number of you watching is still going up. Because I operate in a very similar domain as certain other YouTube channels, I'm aware I have a niche audience of about 20,000 people. I'm almost up to 1 in 20 of you now. Next step, reaching the other 19. If you folks have any ideas of how to do that, let me know. And don't be afraid to promote this channel far and wide. Using the audience tab of YouTube's improved analytics page, I can also tell exactly who's watching, and that gives me heart. Just over a third of my views come from people subscribed to the channel. I blame that on my popular Doom videos, so this skews the data somewhat with regards to the rest. The biggest demographic group shouldn't surprise you, around my age, 35 to 44. What is surprising and pleasing is that a full 56% of people viewing are younger than me. My biggest audience is stateside, with the US making up a whopping 32% of my views, and the next biggest group being the UK folk at 6%. Though I would like to take the time to say Guten Tag and Danke to the 3.8% outside the Anglosphere in Germany. The most surprising statistic of the lot is that 99.7% of my audience is male. So what, Karina and Vanessa are the only people not in that group? And now the final and most important bit of this update, the returning viewers metric. There's a core group of you now, 561 as of last month, who keep coming back and viewing my videos. That means an enormous chunk of my subscription base regularly view my material, and you're a loyal audience according to YouTube. Also, I'd say of that 500 plus, there's 50 of you who seem to watch everything I put out. I love reading and responding to all the comments from my regulars, and a lot of your usernames have become very familiar to me. So to cap off this lengthy update, this is my final push towards 1,000 subscribers. I know some of you work in various industries and are professionals and have been sat there with your wallets waiting, but in an age where everybody on the internet wants to sell their content creation, I'm sticking with my original premise that I talked about all the way back when I began this journey. Once I hit that magic number, I'll give you an update and tell you exactly what I'm doing and what happens next. So in summation, thanks for watching, there'll be plenty more content, and I'll see you on the next video.